What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. If you are on the replay right now, let me know in the comments, #replayer1 or whatever. I left Aaron Beltran here. So that is who we're interviewing today. And Aaron's an absolute badass. He just started his agency and has landed $16,000 worth of clients in a month. It sounds like unreal, and like I didn't believe it first, but then I saw the screenshots and it's legit. And he still hasn't run a Facebook ad at all. He's starting all his campaigns on February 1st. So if you ask him any Facebook ad related questions, he probably will not be able to answer them whatsoever. But in terms of client acquisition, this is perfect. If you guys have want to learn how he got $16,000 worth of clients in 28 days, put the questions down below. But I will just let you take it away and introduce yourself. And yeah, man, just go it.
Cool.
Go back.
Thank you for having me. As a just quick background, I hate talking about myself, but just to let you guys know, my background is a background of statistically supposed to be a failure. From third world country, college dropout, high school dropout as well, and locked up for a year in jail, and just really don't have a degree, don't have anything. Found myself in poker, played online poker for many years, almost 10 years or so, or more. And then after that, just kind of dove into my entrepreneurial journey. Online poker got banned April 15th, 2011. And after that, I was thrown into the kind of 9-to-5 rat race, hated it, and I made sure to do everything I can and will be able to do to not have a boss. But that is kind of like my go at it, is that everything I do, it's so that I don't have a boss and so that my brother or parents don't ever have to worry about money or any of those burdens that come with financial worries.
Nice. I love it, man. I'm in this. I do not want to, let me get me back on the screen. I don't want to have a boss either. I was doing IT sales for 2 years out in Chicago. Did not enjoy it at all. I was
Medical
told
IT?
No, it was CRM system, so customizations on top of Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics. But yeah, that sucked, man. Because I was forced to make 50 cold calls every single day, and it wasn't productive. I wasn't even making them too much money either from the effort that I was putting in. It was just awful.
Yeah, man. Like that, not making money is obviously horrible. The second thing for me was not learning. But the third thing, and what put me over the edge, is that when I wanted to go, I remember it vividly. It was one vacation I wanted to go on. And I was like, hey, I have this awesome vacation planned with my fucking family. I'm going to spend it with my mom, dad, and brother. Can I go? And my boss or manager was like, no, because Joe Schmo just requested 2 days earlier. And I'm like, all right, but we literally have at least 5 people to cover. Nothing's going to go wrong. Everyone already said they would cover for me. Can I please do it? Like, no, because of policy, only one person can be out at a time. And at that moment, I was like, okay, you're literally telling me you cannot spend time with your family because someone asked 2 days before. So that was one of the things that just threw me off edge. And I was like, fuck it. From here on out, I'm doing whatever it takes so that no one's ever in that position to be able to tell me that.
Yep. I love that. It's really hard starting out, which I don't know. You've just made so much money starting out already. But typically it's really hard starting out. But it's totally worth it if you put your time and attention into one thing that you like feel very confident that you're going to be good at. Just keep going at it until you get it. That's what I did. There were a lot of headaches starting out, but I couldn't have done it without the courses, the mentorships, and just the groups, the communities around me that are super supportive on Facebook. I love it. But yeah, Dan, what's up, dude? Hey, yeah, Chicago's sweet. I see 7 people are on here, so give us some love. Let me know that you're here. Give me a comment, say what up, or
Just
part
bumped
or
up to
like
13,
yeah,
so I don't know
whatever.
what happened with that.
What happened? Oh, it went to 13. Sweet. That's sweet. So you started your agency in mid-December. What was the lead up to that? How did you decide I'm going to start an agency?
So I literally made myself go broke. I was kind of having like a midlife crisis to where a company that I co-founded, the CEO / chairman and I had butting heads, so to speak. And so I was ousted / left the company. And that kind of threw me in a whirlwind because I had been doing that for like 2 years, putting my blood, sweat, and tears into it, raised like 3-4 million to it, build something really cool. So leaving there, I didn't know what to do with my life. Obviously, I still played poker a little bit. I had an Amazon business that was at 6 figures that I started in January.
Oh, wow.
So again, I rested on my laurels, so to speak. But around like December, I don't know what like kicked me into gear. But I just decided literally to make myself go broke again, like remove all the safety nets, financial, emotional, physical, so I could feel that again, right? I have a lot of things that I want to do this year, whether it's, travel first in business class, my entire family to Manila, go to Thailand, Europe, London, et cetera, meet you guys, whether you're in Chicago, Ohio, Miami, all of our mastermind people. So I had a lot of things I want to do this year that's going to cost me a lot of money. But also to be able to put a smile, again, on my family's face, my little brother's face, my mom and dad's face. Mm-hmm. So made myself go broke, and I was like, okay, what do I do, right? So I got in that mindset to where it's like, okay, back against the wall, you're already broke. Don't put your family in the same situation, and don't let them feel your sadness or kind of that horrible feeling of despair, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, all right, well, what am I good at doing? I'm good at doing tech shit, marketing shit, and selling. So I was like, all right, I have this Facebook ads course that you have as well.
Yeah. I didn't say the name of it.
Face funnels and ads for entrepreneurs, right? Andrew has a link if you want that. And I think we paid like, $1,000 or $2,000 for that. It was sitting on my shelf, hadn't gone through it. And I was like, okay, let me go through this. And then after that, let me see what I could do. Went through it. And I think even before finishing the second module, I was like, all right, fuck it. Let me just try to sell somebody on this and see if I could do that. And I remember December 19th is when I first sent my first pitch.
December 19th. Yeah. Nice. How did that pitch go?
So it was an actual video pitch to somebody I was friends with. He owns, I think, five or six restaurants and one DC nightclub. Arguably, literally, like one of the hottest nightclubs in DC and one of the hottest restaurants in like Arlington. So I pitched him a video. Literally, I made a little video in my this office, just like, hey, blah 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 blah. Don't want to waste your time, et cetera, et cetera. And at first I was like, man, that was a horrible failure. This guy, it's been 24 hours, 48 hours. This guy's not responding to me. I saw he fucking read it, right? Because you can see they read it on Facebook. I was like, damn, he's punking my shit. I'm horrible. I'm going to go back to a 9-to-5 job. I hate it. And then like the morning after, and again, I have screenshots, so it's not 100% this is true. He replied back and was like, Aaron, great bravo. It was the best presentation I've seen. I get hundreds of people contacting me every day. And then that day or the day after is when I got the in-person meeting and closed.
Hell yeah.
Three out of his 6 locations.
Nice. So that's probably just to start out. You could close the other 3 too, which would be awesome. So how did that discovery meeting go? How'd you structure it? How'd you come up with what you were gonna say when you're just relying on Dan's course?
Yes. So to be honest, I winged the shit out of that meeting. Again, I plan a little bit as far as touching points, but just me being able to be social, and just like a person, people person, friendly person, just like yourself, we're able to wing things and able to kind of go with the flow. But I did want to structure the main things that I wanted to get across was one, what are you currently doing and what are the results you're getting, right? Like few questions. How many leads are you doing your online marketing? How many customers or money did you make from it, right? But two, I wanted him to know what his customer lifetime value is, right?
Yep.
So that when you find out the customer lifetime value, especially if you're finding out with the client and they have no clue what it was before your meeting, it helps you understand the business better, but it puts you much higher on the expert totem pole in front of your client. And doing that, you're able to fucking justify your costs. So his lifetime customer value was $150 for each person. So I pitched him, I think it was a $2,000 fee, $1,500 for my fee, $500 for ad spend. I said, hey, $150 per person. If I get you 10 people, you're breaking even. You're not even losing money. You're literally breaking even. Yeah. So if I do horrible, if I only bring one person every 3 days, you're not losing money, right? Yeah. So again, you're making them answer their own questions like, will I lose my money? What happens if I lose my money? How do I lose my money? When you answer kind of those questions or questions along those lines, you relieve and remove barriers to entry, which make the close easier, whether it's your friend, your prospect, or ongoing client already. So
I love that. And that's what's beautiful about running Facebook ads is because you get direct and measurable results. So like you were saying, establish that customer lifetime value. You say, I have a risk aversion policy that actually Jeff pushes hard, and I'm like, okay, I'll make one. So it's the exact same thing. I guarantee 30 leads for the month for chiropractors and gyms that I typically work with. And so I say, hey, I'm guaranteeing you 30 leads for this month. If you close just a third of them, you at bare minimum, and your customer lifetime value is $1,000 for new customers, you close a third of them, you get 10 new customers, and you're telling me that each new client is worth $1,000 to you. That's $10,000 in your pocket for the long run. So when you're able to establish that ROI and what your services are worth in that way, it makes it a lot easier to close. So I love that.
And again, it's like winning. It's like knowing what winning is, right? And again, because we're all buddies, I also use the risk aversion policy, right? In an instance where it's like, okay, 10 leads, that's the minimum you need to break even. I'm promising you at least 30 or your next month's free. So when they see the worst possible is 10 and they'll break even, and then you're promising them 20 more, like there's no way they're losing, right? They're either making all their money back or they're winning. Like there's no losing. So when you tell them and you show them that they can't lose, they're going to hop on your team and fucking win a championship with you, right? Like
absolutely.
In any sport or any game matter, that's always going to happen,
Yeah. We're getting some comments here. What's up, Scott? Drew, could you tell us a little bit? Let's just hop into the questions. Fuck it. Could you tell us a little bit about what you said in the video?
Okay, so I will put it in the script. I'll either put it on the video or do a post within Andrew's group. Cool. But it literally is, and I'll actually, you guys are putting it on the spot. I'll actually do kind of mock-up video right now, right? So I would say, hey, Andrew, my name's Aaron Beltran. I've been following you recently on Facebook, mostly because your posts are full of value and entertainment. This led me to your website where I noticed you don't have a Facebook pixel installed. This simply means that you're not taking advantage of Facebook retargeting, or even worse, you're not taking advantage of Facebook ads altogether. Now, with your Facebook page having thousands of followers and lots of 5-star reviews, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I'd love to come by for a strategy talk, free of charge, to show you how Kicks Karate can bring you new customers at minimal cost. Let me know what day and time works best for you this week. Hope to talk to you soon. Again, that's literally what I say. Obviously, you will have much better composure and not stuttering and like looking off in the wind and whatnot. But yeah, that's for the most part what I'm literally saying. I'm saying, hey, I've been following a lot of your posts. One, just to get their I forgot what that emotion or that hormone is. That every time somebody likes you or comments you, you're like, oh my God, I love it, right? So you say, hey, I've been following a lot of your posts recently. I love it. So again, they get happy. And then you say, hey, I went to your website. You don't have a Facebook pixel installed, right? Mm-hmm. And you can find that out by just downloading a Facebook Pixel Helper Chrome extension, right? And if they don't have a Facebook pixel installed, you 100% know they're not retargeting and have a good chance that they're not running ads at all, right? So when you know that and you tell them that, and then you show them like, hey, your Facebook page has literally 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers. All of your fucking reviews are 5 stars. This is a asset that you're not utilizing that instead of making you money is not making you any money. Mm-hmm. Let me come by, free strategy talk. I'm going to give you shit that you can take and run with by yourself, but I just want to show you, right? And again, that's getting you in the door because one, they're not having to read a fucking paragraph essay, right? Two, it's getting them to see your face, right? Again, like I'm not the fucking prettiest guy. I'm definitely not a model, but they like seeing a face. They like seeing that, oh, you're not just some sleazy salesman on the other side of the phone, right? And they like to know, like, okay, this guy's not pitching me. He actually went to my Facebook profile. He knows I'm posting chiropractic or MMA videos or blah, blah, blah. Okay, again, this isn't some random fucking guy, right? He might be random, but he's at least looked at my Facebook page. He's taken the time out to make this video, and he's taken the time out to respect my time, make it under 1 minute, make it 50 seconds, right? So when they see the video, they're like, this guy isn't fucking asking for 1 minute of my time. I have all the time in the world, buddy. Here, time is yours. You're not even asking for a minute, 50 seconds. Of course, I'll press play, right? And they're like, oh, fuck, he's not even making me read. He's just letting me watch or listen to it, you know? I might be fucking mowing the lawn, fucking playing with my kids, right? Okay, let me just put it on play real quick and listen to it. Oh, I might be driving on the way to my chiropractor office. Okay, let me put it in the stand so I can press play while I sit and watch in traffic. Again, you're removing barriers to entry, so it makes it easier for you to close.
I love it. And then one more thing, you use like an assumptive close at the end right there. What do you typically say at the end to get them to agree to a strategy session?
Oh, so for the strategy session, I just say I'd love to come by for a strategy talk, free of charge, to show you how Kicks Karate can acquire new customers at minimal cost. So again, you're saying, hey, I want to come by and show you how to acquire customers free of charge. Mm-hmm. Like and they'll make the assumption like, oh shit, this guy normally charges per hour for his consultant to be a consultant, and this guy's giving me a free strategy talk. Okay, mm-hmm. I'll give him at least 30 minutes of my time.
Yeah, I love it. And then you said, when would you like to chat? Or something very assumptive, and it didn't come off douchey at all. And I love that. Like, you're saying, I'm giving you a shit ton of value. When do you want to talk? Like, give me a time.
Yeah. And then what I found out is if they come back like, hey, if they come back like, oh, I loved it. I got to check my schedule. And they come back with, hey, I got to check. Don't wait for them. Say, hey, pick a date and time and say, hey, does Friday at 12 p.m. work for you, right? Because two things will happen. They're either going to say yes, and you're fucking done with it, or they're going to say no, but then they're much closer in deciding like, oh, no, Friday 12 p.m. doesn't work, but 11 a.m. works or 1 p.m. works, to where they're not searching their entire calendar because they know you already like or showing interest to this time slot. Let me see what time slot works best. Closer.
I love that. Right. Have you tried using Calendly or some automatic scheduler?
I have not. I actually was trying to set it up for myself because whether it's like strategy sessions with other members or like clients visiting my page or like something, they want to schedule calls and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, can I just try to set up Calendly or Acuity Plus and get back to you in like a few days because I didn't expect all this and I need kind of help scheduling. But I think what you do, and it's actually something that I'm going to try, is adding a Calendly or Acuity Plus link on the thank you page or the last page, so that one, it can automatically sign them up. But two, you can also add Stripe or some payment integration and at least make some of that back end money immediately instead of having to wait for them to come in and have to pay in person or something.
Yeah, for the actual lead you're talking about.
So then I haven't run any ads or anything like that, but I know exactly what the fuck to do. So
yeah, I love Calendly for my own personal business, and when like a lot of yoga studios use Mind and Body, that app, and it's so shitty because the leads have to go through like putting in their credit card number, like going through this survey and typing all this fucking information, like what their grandmother's name is and all that shit. When you could just, like with Calendly or like Acuity or something like that, you just click a button, you pick a time, and you come in, and then if you integrate it with Stripe, they can pay directly on the thank you page. So yeah, I love Acuity and Calendly. We have another question here. Josh Cahill, what's up, dude? Mustache marketer. How did you deliver the video? Is it via Messenger?
Yeah, via Facebook Messenger. And what I like to call, and there are, again, I'm not saying I created this, but this is how I did it. I like to call it warming up your friends list, or friends list hacking, right? So a lot of us, I assume a lot of people watching are all marketers or somewhat interested in. So a lot of the free information or kind of advice people give you is like, hey, just start adding random ass business owners on Facebook, right? Whatever niche, chiropractor, yoga studio, ganja, whatever, like just find them, add them. Doesn't matter if they live in Antarctica or Bangkok or Manila or Chicago, just add them, right? Again, me, I like doing it out of the box, and I hate cold calling and cold emailing, cold walking. I hate doing anything cold. Not to say I won't do cold stuff, but I want to start off warm and hot, right? Yeah. So instead of fucking just adding random ass business owners on your Facebook, what you do is you Google top 20 of that niche in your immediate city and then your closest largest city or major city. So for instance, what I would do is I would Google top 20 chiropractors in Reston, Virginia. And then I would Google top 20 chiropractors in Washington, D.C., right? And I would do this maybe for 3, 5, however many niches, so I have at least 60 to 100 leads, right? And then I would focus on adding those top professionals, right? Because again, those lists are generated by that city or by, professional magazines. So those are literally best of the best, That's not some fucking BuzzFeed article like, oh, who's the best chiropractor BuzzFeed presents? No, this is like statistics, like this is the best of the best, rewards, blah, blah, blah. So when you send all those friends requests, they're always to those professionals. And after one person adds them, you're now friends with Joe Schmo, who's the #1 chiropractor in Reston, Virginia, right? And now all of the other friend requests and future friend requests that you send to other chiropractors are going to see that, hey, Aaron Beltran is friends with Joe Schmo. Oh, Joe Schmo, I had coffee with him the other day. Oh, Joe Schmo, I was at a conference with him the other day, right? So, of course, they're going to automatically see that you're literally, it literally says on Facebook, mutual friend, one mutual friend, or every mutual friends, it'll show you, right?
Yep.
And again, since you're not a random fucking dude or as random as you think, now they're going to accept it more. And that's going to snowball because after you have 1, you'll have 2, you'll have 3, and so forth. So now you have a shitload of not only prospects, but high quality, the best of the best, who are already making a shitload of money that will give you money if you show them your value.
Mm-hmm. I love that strategy.
Warm, they're all warm leads. They're not cold. They're not like having the cold call, cold email, cold walking. They're friends. They see your friends. You can like their posts. You can comment. You can share. You can do everything. They're warm.
Yeah, I love that. And going to the top first, the best chiropractors in the area. That's genius.
And it's funny because like once you start doing this, and especially if you're in specific like marketing groups, you'll see other people who have done it too, and you'll see mutual friends, and like the only mutual friends won't be other chiropractors, but it'll be like other marketers, right? So like I see you on a lot of friends lists, and fucking Jordan Parker, man.
He's friends with every chiropractor.
So like if I see Jordan is friends with a chiropractor and Jordan puts out like fire content on his personal page, I'm like, all right, man, Jordan, just fucking have this dude. I'm gonna go find somebody in like South Dakota or something, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but if you want to add a chiropractor or add a bunch of chiropractors to your page, go to Jordan's Facebook wall. I shouldn't tell people to do that. I haven't done it because like I'm not doing that, but it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I think we have a few more questions. Scott's going back to Thailand. I'm going to be in Thailand in March. When are you planning to go to Thailand, Aaron?
Probably not until like fallish. I'm going to Philippines either from March to May or from April to June.
Cool.
So during there, I might kind of travel back and forth or island hop to any closer, but for the most part, I'll be in the Philippines for those 2 months.
I love it, man. So he's asking, I can't drive in and meet them for a discovery meeting, I'm guessing. How would you change up the approach? So your meetings do not have to be face-to-face. Aaron, I'm sure you've done some meetings over Zoom, or you want to bring people into your office, which you have your own office, which is sweet. But don't hesitate to close clients over Zoom if that's the only, or like any video conferencing software, if that's the only way you can do it.
Again, I would start off with the most social proof friendly method, right? So in-person, video, and then phone, right? I would also ask, like, why can't you meet up in person? Like, is it an actual like disability, or is it like no? I'm just being serious. Like, why can't you?
I don't know why I left.
Is it just because you don't have an office? If you don't have an office, hey, Panera Bread, or Starbucks, right? Like, if you don't have $1,000 office, pay under 100 or something to just get a space in a co-working space, so that you can use all of the entire co-working space, right? Like there's ways to do it. So I would like to know, like, why can't you go meet in somebody? Is it just because you're scared and you don't like meeting face to face, or like what is it? What's physically, or like what's literally the reason you cannot meet with somebody local to you face to face?
Yeah, for him, he's going to be in Thailand, but you can, video conferencing is not bad. You can close over video conferencing, and it might be more beneficial because then they're on your turf instead of you going to their office, where it's a little intimidating, like going into their place and they tell you where to sit down. Yeah. But when you're doing it in your own office, or if you're doing it over video, then you kind of set the rules of the game and you tell them, like, you have a little bit of the upper hand when it's on your turf.
But I would also say that even though you're in Thailand, and I would assume you asked that question because you're going to focus on U.S. business, I would also say do your research on wherever you are, whether they're, especially like if you're in Bangkok, there's a lot of U.S. businesses in Bangkok that'll still pay you U.S. dollars instead of, I forgot, I don't know what the currency is over there, but if that's what you're thinking is, like, don't shy away of trying to find local U.S. or local clients in Thailand.
Yeah, cool. Perry Power, what is up? I love that name. Question, do you follow up with these seen and no replies? So if you don't get a response back, do you follow up with them?
So this is a tricky question for me because, again, I'm 100% not bragging, but for the ones that I've sent, and I've sent a total of 5 so far, I've had 100% response close rate. But if I see a has seen or no reply, again, you have to be in the mind of your client. If they're a business owner, and a lot of business owners own more than one business or more than one location, like, it might seem stupid, but they literally won't have time to respond to you. Or they will see your message, but they just fucking had a $5,000 check bounce from a client, and they had to go, tend to that. Like, you have to follow up, and it's cliche, but following up is a key, because I think most sales, I think it takes 4 or 5 attempts to even close a sale, if not more. So follow up is in the key. 100% do it to where you're positioning yourself as not as an annoyance, but a checker upper for value, right? To where, you might mention, hey, I know you're a busy man, just following up. Or make it to where, again, you're removing barriers to entry for them to say yes or for them to reply back to you, right? Whether it might have been like too long of a video, maybe they didn't understand your video. Like, you have to critique yourself. Like, okay, maybe it was them, but maybe 80% of it was me, right? Maybe I didn't speak clearly enough. Maybe I didn't ask for a call to action. Maybe I didn't say what the next steps were. To where if that happens, before reaching out to them again, like, do some analysis and auditing on yourself and your process to see what you could do better before reaching out again.
Love it. And also keep it brief if you are following up with the people that have like no replies or seen, because when it annoys the shit out of people when you type in like 2 paragraphs and explaining everything after they have not replied. My favorite follow-up is just wanting to pop this to the top of your inbox. It's nice. It reminds them, and you're not pushy at all, and you're not wasting their time. So just popping this to the top of your inbox.
Nice.
It's so simple.
It's so simple, and it's bad of me, but I thought of a little trick that might piggy hop on that. If you really don't want to annoy them, maybe just press a space bar and enter so that it still bumps it to the top. Really stupid. Actually, don't try that. I just thought of it, but
that's something I would do in middle school.
Yeah,
like texting
like
girl.
Sometimes my stupid stuff comes out, but yeah.
She didn't reply. I'm gonna send a ... her way. Oh, that's funny. Sweet. Also, another thing I wanted to get into with you was maybe we're giving away all your tricks right here, right now. But you have a referral program, right, for friends and family to hook you up with businesses that they know. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so again, just harping on the not wanting to go down the cold method or normal ways. I wanted to use my network, especially my warm network, in trying to establish these clients, right? So a lot of friends, and I've done this myself too. In the past, or if I do it, we'll ask a friend for something that will make us money indefinitely, but we won't ever mention money to them. We won't ever offer them a bonus, right? So again, practicality-wise, a lot of people are just asking their friends, hey, friend, can you talk to your boss and try to get them meeting with me so they can become a client of mine? Which ... is basically you saying, hey, can you set this up so I can make thousands of dollars every month? Yeah. By the way, I'm not going to pay you anything, but I expect you to take time out of your day, go out of your way, and set this up so I can make lots of money, right? So, like, that's horrible, one, right? But two, you want to make it easy for them to say yes, to accept it, and also go through that process, right? So instead of saying, hey, can you do this for free? Basically say, hey, would you be able to pass a message to your boss? The goal would be for me to have a sit-down meeting. If they become a client, I'll give you $200. Literally, easy as that, right? So easy. I think that's like a few sentences, 4 lines. You're doing a few things in doing that. One, you're telling them ahead of time, all you have to do is pass a message and talk to your boss, which is something you do every day already, whether you fucking hate it or you love your boss, and you're going to get paid $200. You normally get paid $0 for this, but I'm going to pay you $200, right? And
if the deal closes, right?
If the deal closes, right?
Yep.
And then 2, when you say, hey, I'm going to pass you a message to say to your boss or send to your boss, you're removing the questions in your friend's head as far as like, fuck, what do I say to my boss? How do I close my boss? What is this about? What do I tell them about you? Blah, blah, blah. You're literally already crafting something up, sending it to them via text message and saying, hey, show this to your boss when you go to work, or just copy and paste it to them and send them in a text, right? Mm-hmm. So again, you're removing barriers of entry for them to say yes, for them in being incentivized and being really happy because they're making money and you are too. And it's also a much warmer lead, even more warmer than me adding their boss as a friend and sending them a warm video. It's a much warmer lead for them to be employee/friend and talk to their boss.
Oh my God. And you have a cheerleader. You have your friend being like, yo, you need to work with this guy. Yeah. Like in the back of their head, they're like, I'm going to get a $200, but you need to work with this guy.
Yeah, and they're being your hype man, right? They're being your hype man. If it's a girl, they're being your cheerleader. Or actually, males can be cheerleaders too. So they can be your cheerleader. And that's what my boy said, right? My boy was like, yo, I just hyped you up. He's down like immediately next week, right? Same thing with my friend who works at the orthodontist. She was like, I just talked you up, meeting next week. Boom, boom, boom. You know, to where they love it. It's an additional layer of hyping up, and it's a much easier, warmer close.
I love that. So it's $200 just one time. It's not $200 each time.
$200 one time. And again, you can play with that. I thought that $100 is too meh. Like people would be like, fuck it, $100. But $200 is the nice. It's good. More than $100. But again, like it's one time, and think of it, right? So your minimum fee, like in your pocket fee, I think should be $1,500 minimum in your pocket, right? So if you're getting paid a minimum of $1,500 a month and all you're asking is $200 for the first month, that is peanuts. You can even go up to $500 and it would still be peanuts, right? So just like you're doing with your clients, like the lifetime value of a customer, what is the lifetime value of a friend who gets you this connection, right? That lifetime value is not $200. It's $1,500 minimum every fucking month that this friend's going to bring you, right? So $200, peanuts. With my good friends, I'll be giving them $500. But for friends who I haven't seen in a while but still consider good, $200 is fine.
I love it. Yeah, and then tell all your friends about it because they'll find people because they want to make money.
Yeah, and even like for instance, my friend at the restaurant, right? After he got the meeting with his boss, he was like, dude. Is this just for restaurants or what? I was like, nah, bro, anything and everything. He was like, all right, I do jujitsu. I can get you in touch with my the owner / coach. I also work part-time at a country club. I can get you in talks with the owners of the country club. And I have a friend who owns a restaurant group of 4 restaurants in Arlington. And he said that and mentioned it to me without me asking, right? Like he's jumping for joy because that can make him $800 right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that. I have a referral program for clients. It was get me 5 clients, paying clients, and I'll do your ads. I'll do everything for free. I've lowered it to 3. I have one CrossFit gym that has been trying so hard to set me up with the clients that would close, and we got 2 of them, but he hasn't been able to get the last 3. But like when people can say.
Is for free forever?
No, for the next month. But when people can save $1,500, then they'll start thinking of ways to get you clients.
Okay, that makes sense. I'll definitely use that. I was going to be like, I'm definitely fucking not using that because I thought it was like forever. I was like, absolutely fucking not. But that sounds awesome, man. I'll definitely do that.
But in the long run, man, it pays off.
Absolutely pays off.
Scott's loving this. I think we are. If you guys are loving this, give us a heart, give us a like down below. I just love to know if you're here and being interactive, and it shows up higher on the news feed so other people can get this valuable content. But I think we're gonna shut things down pretty soon here. So if you have any last questions for Aaron, anything in regards to reaching out via Facebook Messenger or referral programs or poker or anything like that, shoot it down below.
Maybe not poker, everything else. Maybe not poker.
Bad memories. But what else? Facebook Messenger. When you were starting out, how many people would you reach out to per day? How many videos would you make?
Okay, so again, it's weird because I've had surprisingly good success with this. With the first 2 that I sent out, again, those were my first 2 clients. They resulted in 9,000. So after those are my first 2 clients, and it resulted in 9,000.
That's absurd.
Yeah, it's so absurd, right? So I was like, maybe I don't need to send so many fucking videos out every day. But again, if I'm starting from scratch, I would send at least 10 a day, at least, because it's a numbers game, right? The more you send, the more, it's just like open rates, right? Just like click-through rates, just like what the fuck you guys are doing and what I'm going to be doing with Facebook ads, right? It's all about a numbers game, right? So the more people you reach out to, especially if they're higher quality and you're a warmer, quote unquote, friend, the better it is for you, right? And just break it down to what actually your goals are. It's always good, and I'm not going to go into a whole spiel of like being all in depth and Gandhi and all that shit, but like break down what your goals are as far as like, okay, what's my goal for this year, 3, 5, 10 years, right? But although you have those long-term goals, you have to know what the fuck your goals are weekly and monthly, right? So if you're like, fuck, if you're trying to leave your job, right? And this is my thinking of when I left my job and how I kind of advise my friends or people who I coach to get in this mindset is that stop getting in the mindset of I have to make 6 figures. I have to make 7 figures, right? Get in the mindset of I have to match my job, right? If you're making $35,000, right? And like $4,000 a month, all you need is 2 fucking clients. You need 2 clients paying $2,000 and you can leave your fucking job, right? If you've already left your job, all you need is 2 fucking clients to add $4,000 in your pocket to put more smiles on your face, on your families, your girlfriends, your boyfriends. Like break it down to where it's practical and they're obtainable, right? Just like with going to the gym, right? Like you might not notice, and I'm still a little out of shape. Dude, in December, I used to weigh like 230, 225, 230. I promise you, 230, 225, right? But what my problem was like, I had in the gym like, fuck, I don't want to go for an hour a day. 30 minutes, an hour. I don't want to fucking do that. But if I was like, okay, I'm going to do at least 5 minutes. I can do 5 minutes. If I can't do 5 minutes, I deserve to be fat, right? I can do 5 minutes a day, right? Whether it's home or at the gym, I can do 5 minutes. Then that 5 minutes turns into 15. Then that 15 turns into 30, right? And to where it's like you're obtaining achievable goals, and you have to do the same thing in business. To where it's like, yes, 6 figures and 7 figures is cool, right? But trust me, having done that, but also knowing how cool it feels to get that first client and add that additional income, focus on that. Focus on actionable results that bring things to your bottom line. A lot of people focus on like dumb shit. And again, I don't think blogging is dumb, but a lot of people starting off,
that's
like,
not where you should
they'll
start.
be like, oh, I'm going to start this blog and then I'm going to do that. I'm like, why are you starting your blog? Why don't you try to validate your product or validate your services and then see if somebody would pay for it? And then do a blog that goes around that, right? Like focus on actionable steps that are either going to produce a sale or produce the pipeline to a sale.
I love that. And people are trying to go from 1 to 10 real quick. And
not Drake, man. Not Drake.
But people don't realize that how important momentum is. And when you start landing these clients like you are, like you use that momentum to keep pushing forward and use it as energy to like make your business grow. Do not fucking celebrate. Don't count. Don't go on vacation after getting a client. Do not go out to the bars after getting a client. Use that energy that you have to like sell more. I lined up 3 clients. Like I have a chiropractor, a gym, and a construction site. Like customers back to back to back. And that was from one day. I closed 2 of them in that one day, and then the chiro was down the road. But I had that momentum and just walked into each place and talked to each of them and planted seeds, and they resonated with my energy because I was stoked after I walked into the CrossFit gym and closed him on the spot. It was a trial client at the time, but I was still psyched about that because I was just starting out. And I just kept going down the line. I didn't celebrate. I just used the energy I had to keep selling. So when you get that close, keep sending emails or keep doing calls or keep going from place to place, because that's when you are going to be the most effective and most in the zone. So just use that momentum.
Yeah, and I really, really agree with the momentum thing. Because again, guys, like before December 19th, I was doing nothing in regards to Facebook or marketing or anything like that. Like I did nothing. I knew nothing. Zero. December 19th, I got my first video pitch reply. Boom. Sent it, boom, got that email. Got another one. Those first 2 clients, $9,000. And again, it's all about taking action. December 18th, I did nothing. December 19th, I had paying clients basically, right? So get in the action. Stop getting in the, oh, I have to have my ClickFunnels correct. I have to have my active campaign. I have to have an office. I have to know exactly what the funnel is. I knew and I still know fucking nothing, right? Like I still have to figure out ClickFunnels. I still have to figure out active campaign. I still have to figure out CallRail. I still have to figure out Acuity Plus, right? I just got this fucking office. Like all this shit that I have right now, I didn't have when I closed those 9,000 deals. So I want to make that absolutely clear that if you're fucking like bojangling and bullshitting on like, oh, I need this and I need everything to be perfect, don't. Because it's not going to be perfect and you're going to lose momentum and you're going to lose a lot of money in the meantime.
I love it. Austin here is asking, so you send video message instead of text on Facebook Messenger, excuse me. Yes, yeah, he uses video. It's all about differentiating yourself when you're reaching out because these local businesses are getting hit up by marketers left and right, and you have to differentiate yourself. That's why, I mean, I preach door to door to start out, but I know people don't like doing that because it differentiates yourself big time and you can expedite the process as well. So you could land a trial client, get them set up with their link up the Facebook Business Manager with their Facebook ads and run them the next day. So that's why I like door to door, but I differentiated myself from doing door to door because no other marketers are hitting the road and like selling their services that way. And I had a CrossFit gym that I went into. He was like, dude, you're the guy that's been hitting me up on Facebook Messenger and email. Like, I was not going to respond, but no other marketers come in here. So I'm down to talk. So when you can, that's just keep differentiating yourself and you'll land more deals.
So here's another quick tip that I did back in the day when I started my web development agency, right? So if instead of cold calling or whatnot, blah, 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 I would get like a fucking pack of like 4 cupcakes, right? Because when it's a chiropractor office or whatnot, there's not that many staff members, right? There's like receptionists, a few assistants, the actual doctor. So get like 6 cupcakes, just send it to them, be like, hey, I was just sending this, blah, 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 you know, have some fluff so that when you call back the next day or you come in the next day and you're like, hey, this is Aaron. I sent the cupcakes yesterday. Can I talk to blah, blah, blah? Oh, yes. Here's Dr. blah, blah, blah. Yes, you can talk to them, right? Like you're going to get that response instead of like, who the fuck are you? Why are you calling? Like, do I know you? No, you're the dude who brought yummy fucking cupcakes to these people, right? Again, it's stupid, it's trivial, but like doing little shit like that
goes a long way.
Whether it's doing like that, sending videos, walking in, like it goes a long fucking way.
Yeah. I love cupcakes. Holy shit.
I love fucking, right? Everyone loves cupcakes. Like even if you're trying to get skinny or even if you're fit, you love fucking cupcakes, you know?
Oh my God. I'm going to get a cupcake. There's I'm going down to downtown Cleveland tonight. They have this cupcake shop and they make milkshake cupcakes, and I'm totally gonna get one. They just throw cupcakes into a milkshake, and I mean it's self-explanatory, but it's so good.
Yeah. So just harping on that, if you're actually gonna try this fucking idea, go to a place where it's like if you have like a local known cupcake place, right? Like for instance, Andrew said, "Hey, I'm going to this well-known milkshake." For me, I go to Georgetown Cupcake. They're the ones who have that fucking like TV show on like Discovery and blah blah blah. So like everyone in DC, Maryland, Virginia knows about Georgetown Cupcake. So when I give them free fucking cupcakes and they're from the best cupcake fucking place on like the East Coast, like boom, like you love me and you're at least gonna give the phone to your fucking boss for me to say hi to him instead of being a dick or a bitch and saying no, click, you know?
Yeah, I love it. And I stopped leaving my business card.
I got to get those.
I stopped leaving my business card when I didn't talk to the business owner. And I'm wondering if you're bringing in food, would it be smarter to leave the business card with the food, or would it be smarter to just like leave it and put that little mystery in their head? And then the next time you come in, they're like, holy shit, that's the guy that brought us fucking cupcakes. Or like, I don't know.
So I like both those ideas. And as to what we do, I guess just always be testing, right? So I guess just split test it. Split test those two things, like
split test
cupcakes with business cards, split test cupcakes without business card, and see which one gets the most conversions, right? And then report back.
That's funny shit. We have another question from Nestor. What's up, man? Did you have to handle objections when you started? For instance, previous results, got that a lot. Did anyone ask you about previous work or experience?
Cool. So, yes, you will have to overcome objections. But again, with me, it's really fucking weird, and I'm really lucky that I just really know how to sell to where I know how to grab their pain points, let them know I'm able to solve them, to where they're confident in what I can do, that they don't ask for anything else, right? So that's one way of doing it. Be so fucking confident and good at selling and showing value that they don't ask for fucking previous experience.
Yeah.
But what I would do is, and again, it's cliche, do market research so you know what to overcome, what objections overcome, right? So practical example, I do, whether it's through other software, other Chrome extensions, I do a lot of market research as far as what is the current prospect doing? Are they doing SEO, AdWords, Yelp, blah, 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 right? So that when I went into the orthodontist meeting, right, his main objection was like, why should I pay for this? I'm already paying for SEO, right? And so I know, since I did market research, that SEO takes a minimum 6 months, and on a really, really awesome SEO campaign, 3 months, right? But for the most part, 6 months is what it takes for you to see anything from SEO, right? So me knowing that, I was able to overcome the orthodontist's objections and say, okay, how long does it take you to see a result from SEO? They're going to reply back 6 months because they know personally, right? And I say, okay, with Facebook ads, I can give you direct measure results for every dollar that goes in within that day. I can tell you how many people saw this ad, how many people clicked on it, how many people opted in, how many of those people opted in showed up, and out of those people who showed up, how much they spent. So when you lay shit out like that, that SEO objection, no longer. I love that. No longer. That SEO objection, no longer. Does he know what the fuck he's talking about? Or is he able to going to deliver on what he's promising? Out the window, right? So like doing shit like that little customer research, for instance, if I didn't know they were already doing SEO, or if I didn't know SEO takes 3 to 6 months minimum to see results, that objection could have killed my fucking my close, my sale, right? If I was just like, I don't know, just keep on doing SEO, but also pay me. That guy would have been like, you fucking suck, like get out of my face, you know? Yeah,
I love that. And starting out, it comes up a lot. Hey, can I see case studies? Can I see your previous experience? And when you're first starting out and if you are doing trials, be honest, be like, hey, I'm just starting out. I spent thousands of dollars on courses, on programs to learn this, and I'm down to try it out with you. Don't say try it out. That's actually, phrase it differently, but that you're offering a free trial. So that's why you're offering the free trial. You can show case studies of what other people have done online with your services, exactly what you are offering. But honesty, it comes down to just being real with them. Don't fake shit. Don't lie to them. Yeah. Just be completely upfront and honest. It will go a long way.
And with the not lying thing, right? So this is practical. This happened again with my orthodontist. And actually, thing. So I'm showing you 2 objections that I overcame with my orthodontist. One is him saying like, oh, is it worth it? I'm already doing all this other shit. Another one was he did ask me for results, right? And thankfully, I'm really fucking quick on my feet, right? So instead of being like, oh, I don't have anything to show you, I was like, instead of showing you other campaigns, how about I come back later in the day and show you a mock-up of exactly what your campaign will look like.
Oh, right? I like that.
And then what did I fucking do? I went fucking home, Googled create Facebook ad mock-up, and it went to like, and the first link was ad parlor, right? And you can upload a fucking photo, put a tagline, put a blah, blah, blah. So you can show them, hey, here's what your fucking ad's going to look like.
Right? I love that. Yeah.
So you're not showing them previous or other experience. You're showing them, hey, this is what your fucking ad's going to look like. Here, literally, in the desktop, in the newsfeed, this is word for word what it's going to look like.
Snaps for that. Dude, good shit.
I was so thankful. I was like, after the meeting, I was like, oh my God, thank you for letting me think of that. Like, 'cause again, that would if I didn't know how to answer with that, or if I didn't research, like, oh, I can do mock-ups, that would have closed. That would have fucking killed my sale and that closed, right?
Yeah, and I love that you brought that up. Pro tip: there are so many free funnels online. Just Google them. It's stupid.
There's literally ways you can Google, like, you know, those Google query hacks. There's literally ways you can use those query hacks to search for specific funnels. Like, if you only want to see chiropractic funnels, find out how to query that. Have fucking fun with that gold mine.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Google is crazy, man. People, it's so underutilized. It's a gold mine. Charles wants to know, do you drop the F-bomb every 6 seconds when you're talking to clients? Good question. Good question.
Not every 6 seconds, probably like every 12 or 18 seconds. I do that for two things. And I was kind of being funny with that response, but kind of serious. I'll do that for two reasons, right? One, as you can see, I'm very, I do cuss, right? One, I want my client to know that who I am, but I also want to know who my client is, right? If they're the type of client who's going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to work with you, you use the F word, be done with it immediately, right? Yeah. Because again, that might work for other people, but not me, right? Not me. So I actually do that. I do that for those two reasons. One, to let them know who I am, but two, so I can find out if they're the type of person who's going to object to that and it's going to cause problems immediately or down the line.
Mm-hmm. I love it, dude.
And I swear, if you guys don't like F-bombs, but it's
I fucking swear all the time too. So it's fun. Yeah, and like it goes a long ways when your personality matches the client's personality and vice versa. So if just be real, be honest, and be yourself, and don't try to be something you're not, because when they resonate with you, they'll probably be a client for a long time. I took my client to go to the casino the other night. I made a post in the group, but like right when I met him, it was like he grilled me with questions, everything Facebook ads, because he was running them already himself, and I overcame all those, and like we started to hit it off after that, and I was just genuinely being myself, and I was super confident when I walked in. I was like, I'm gonna fucking nail these ads for you. And that goes a long ways when you're just being yourself. And then like these clients can seriously become some of your best friends. Yeah. So I love it.
I would harp on be yourself and kind of match their excitement in one of two ways, right? One, you have to, like, it sounds cliche, but you have to prepare for the fucking meeting. Like, you'd be surprised how many people literally their first time voicing their script is in front of their client. Like, that's fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, that's insane. Like, at least do it 2 to 3 times at the mirror. So one, you're not like stuttering or emphasize on the wrong words, right? And so you sound like an idiot, right? Two, so you already have a clear path to take them on, and you know how to handle it if it deviates and you have to make a detour, right? Whether they ask a question or they bring an objection up, like, you know your path, but you know how to take it and how to get back on the main road if that detour does come, right? And just kind of matching their excitement to where it's like, you know, be confident, but don't, like, if they're like talking like how I am right now, like, match that. Don't be like, yeah, let's go, Facebook ad. Like, don't do that, because they're gonna be like, okay, this guy's fucking fake. He's just trying to sell me. Yeah. Like, match them, because again, it's like a psychology thing. The closer you are to the person's voice, their tone, their mannerisms, their body language, they're subconsciously saying, like, this person, male or female, is not a danger to me, and I'm comfortable, and I'm putting down my walls, and I'm going to trust them subconsciously. Mm-hmm. And trust me, I know it sounds stupid, but that happens. And it works. It works in poker, and it works in business, and that's personal experience.
Yeah. Love it, dude. Well, I think we're out of questions. Did we end on the F-bomb question? I don't know. That's a good one to end on. But I want to thank everybody for being here. I hope you loved this interview with Aaron. I know I learned a lot. If you guys did too, drop a comment. If you have any questions, let Aaron know in the comments down below. But Aaron, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for dropping your knowledge, and best of luck with running those Facebook ads, man.
Awesome, man. Again, thanks again for having me. And you and I know we'll definitely be talking and probably be doing these fairly soon, I'm sure.
Hell yeah, dude. Awesome.
Take it easy, brother.
See you, buddy.